So, it's much of a vibe shift. Let me pick something myself. Ew. That feels fitting. I forgot the timer again. I don't even know if the timer works. Probably not. Timer doesn't work. Okay, never mind then. Yeah. Okay, I think it's about time. No, I wanted to unblur, and the thing just doesn't. The thing just crashed. Hold up. Do I need to unplug and replug it again? I don't know. For some reason, it keeps crashing today. Unblur. There we go. Hi. Hello there. How's it going? Hello, everyone. Yeah. Yeah, I did a thing. It did a thing. Yeah. Also, I'm not sure like if it shows up when I have the green LEDs on, so I didn't turn them on. So let me turn them on. Honestly, it doesn't come. It doesn't like appear that well on camera. Like here on camera, you only like see that pit. But like, wait, I can like get rid of the filter for a second, the like color correction. Then it shows up more. Where do I place this so not everything crashes? There. Like here, like you can see it kind of goes around a little bit. Yes. Your hair is full green. No, most of it is black, but there's like one green stripe like that, kind of. I was kind of thinking like, you know, have like the stripe like a complete halo thingy, and then like also some extra streaks. But then like my friend that helped me with it was like, wait, what if we just do that one? And I was like, actually, that sounds like a good idea. Let's try that. So yeah, that's what it is. So let me turn the lights back to normal. There's quite blinding, but that's, yeah, no, that's not showing up. Well, is that too bright? Ah, it's fine. Wait, can I turn it further down? Okay, that makes no difference. There we go. I think that's a good setup for today. Yes. So that's what I did yesterday. I might have some like pictures from like the process and everything. It was very cursed. I didn't make it easy for the person that was like doing it. I say helping, but like the person just did everything. I was just sitting there. So let's start out with, as always, eyeliner. How much is in this? Okay, I don't need a new one before TwitchCon. So, also I bought a new mirror thingy. So, okay. I have a bit of a story about the like entire hair dyeing thing because it was kind of cursed. But it came out so much better than I expected, actually. Like my expectation was kind of like, okay, kind of sucks, but like we tried and like, you know, it's interesting or something. But this actually is kind of lit. So, okay. Oh yeah. That's not the thing. That's the thing. By the way, okay. Remember how like a couple of streams ago or something, I was like, oh, I bought this like pencil or like the brush thing for eyeliner, but I don't know what to use it with because like, you know, every liquid eyeliner has its own brush. So like what's the point of this? So I was at the store where I bought this again and was like, hey, you're selling these. What do I use them with? Because like, you know, all of the liquid eyeliner things have a brush in there. And they were like, oh, let me see if we sell those. Oh, we don't sell those anymore. Like they used apparent like, you know, you're searching for like just the ink or like whatever. Yeah, just the liquid is basically what I'm searching for. And they don't sell those anymore. But they're still selling like brushes. So they're selling either like liquid with brush or brush. They're not selling the liquid itself. So what's the fucking point of this? That said, like it's kind of nice to use that to like draw, but like it's kind of weird to like transfer from one brush to another. Yeah. And then I was in a different store from the same chain. Like that was yesterday when I asked that. And then today I realized, oh shit, I also need something else from that chain and was at a different store from that chain. And was like, okay, they probably have selling the same stuff, but like just in case, like while I'm here, I might as well ask. And the person that I asked there was just like super confused as if I'm talking the weirdest shit and like, you know, the most confusing thing, like why would anybody want this? And I'm just standing there like basically I said, hey, you know, are you selling like the just eyeliner liquid without a brush in there? Because like over there you're selling brushes, and she was like, no, we're selling brushes and liquid with brushes. We're not selling liquid only. Why would anybody want this? And I'm like, because you're selling brushes. You're selling the brushes. So why don't you sell the liquid on itself? Up. That froze. I don't know why things keep freezing up today. Like I noticed that my Stream Deck thingy froze and was like, oh, let me unplug that and replug. Okay, but now I see things. Okay, now it seems to be working. Cool. Finally. Yeah. So I guess I gotta go and check other chain stores. And in the meantime, we just take the liquid with the pen. Because also like this opening is tiny, so I couldn't fit the like brush in there. And then we like transfer over. Oh yeah, also I wanted to like first make a couple of like guiding points. Oh god. Wait, oh god. Wait, this is magnified. Yeah, it's here. 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 And here, roughly. And try to connect this. Yeah, I kind of fucked up with the points. Never mind then. We wing it. Okay, that's 3 out of 9 lines. Welcome in, Maya. How are you doing? Oh, you just missed. How goes panicking? Panicking is going really well. Hacking, on the other hand, not so much. Yeah, I haven't started packing yet. I have a rough idea of what I want to pack, but I haven't started packing yet. So. Wait, that needs to be further out here. And I guess then there as well. Have I already transferred anything here? So. Yeah, always last minute, so no point in panicking. Yeah, fair. Fair. Yeah. Still got a bit of time. Yeah, I'm leaving in the evening tomorrow, so I do have got some time. But I would like to use most of the time for like chilling rather than panicking, you know? Ideally. Yeah, but we'll see how that goes. Oh, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. So, also, what I wanted to try, which I usually don't do. No, it's just the lights. Oh, yeah. Wait, let me plug that out. Yeah, the light is kind of it's kind of doing weird things today. I don't know what's happening there. Yeah, no, the light is really yeah. I did. Yeah, I did yesterday. Like a friend of mine did, kind of. Yeah. So yeah, most of it. If I take this off, like most of it is just black, but like yeah, then there's like one stripe that's green. Also, like if I take off the like color correction, then you can see it better. Let me do that again. Here. Wait, let me do a full. Yes. Yeah, I've been meaning to do something like this for a while, and like finally I did. You. Oh, like dyed black, not your natural color. Yes. Like usually I have like a dark brown. I'm not sure if it's even considered dark brown, but like yeah. Now it's like proper like blue black, whatever, or like I think that's the name. Like a black with like the bluish kind of tint thing. Yeah. Match contrast, very nice. Yes. I can't like this color came out really nice. Like I was a little bit afraid that either it just looks shit in total, or that it's like kind of blends too much. Like okay, here it kind of does a little bit. Like here you don't really notice that like this is supposed to be like green as well, but like I was kind of worried that like the green, because it's kind of dark green, doesn't like stand out much against the black, but like it does, and like everything went way better than I expected, honestly. With the fit, it looks like you are in a band. And I feel like that's a good style though, no? Yeah. So something that I usually don't do is eyeshadow. So I want to try. Or what? I have no idea how to do eyeshadow actually. I've done it like once or twice, but I'm always kind of improvising and just painting everywhere. Oh god. Don't poke your eyeball. I'm trying. I'm trying not to. To be very clear. Do I just go full on or do I... Nah, I think I do the other half black. Because of course I have a green one and a black one. Is that the style? Should I maybe do like eyeshadow first and then that whole thing? Because then I can like, you know, have eyeshadow below the eye as well. I don't know. Is that... Oh god, it looks... I don't think that's the look. Maybe that's a no on the eyeshadow. I don't know. I don't know. I'll leave it for, like that for now, but I'll just have to decide then. Yeah, in total, I don't know. Ah, hold on. Let me scroll up. Just do it because here I live in flip-flops, and since it's warm, I was considering taking sandals. Sandals with heels, but I'm like, then I'm gonna have the dogs out in because they might... Yeah, the internet, yeah. Internet is a weird place. I think the bigger problem is you will run around all day in sandals, and that can't be comfortable. Wait, can I? I should do that with the mirror instead of the face cam that is very far away and has quite a delay on it. Yeah, that's fuck all. Alright. Can't give the fake game of 3 feet. Oh god. Yeah. Well, like, just... That was in my eye. Not good. I feel like I'm massive... Oh god. Massively overdoing it. Ow. I can't find a balance between there is nothing there and like I'm painting literally half of my face. Yeah, that feels overdone. I don't know. We are here to try things out. The weekend is where it's kind of like important that I don't look too shitty. Anyways, I have walking sandals where they are mostly covered but with gaps. That sounds confusing. Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand the concept of that. Thing is, for walking around for a long time, I'm mostly be using my chunky black trainers. But those can make the sole third after a while. And the sandals can do the same from sole rubbing in space. So I take my comfort proof and safe, comfy, flat shoe for backup. Those are also warm as fuck. Maybe the strat will be substitute combat boots for non-chunky infantry. Probably. You don't need to read all that. Fuck. Maybe I should have read that before the thing before. God damn it. Yeah. I mean, my strategy is like I have kind of like one pair of cool shoes right now, which is the ones that I was wearing in like Stockholm and Birmingham, which, you know, like victories that are like kind of warm, kind of high. But that's kind of probably not the vibe in the Netherlands, considering that it's warm, very warm. That said, I checked the weather report and it does seem like they changed for the better, I would say. Wait. Weather Rotterdam. So, here's what we're looking at. Friday. Shower early, then clearing. 28-15. But like, you know, at least cloudy. 25-13, 22-15. I feel like that's better than it was the last time we checked. Like, okay, rain isn't amazing, but I guess that's like early on and then it's gonna be better. Does it tell me when it's gonna... Early? I have no idea what I'm looking at. Never mind. But I assume when it says... Where is it? A shower early and then clearing, that's like in the morning, and I'm okay with that. Because I don't arrive until like the middle of the day. Kinda. Oh, I see the shoes you mean. Ah, okay. I actually know those. But like I didn't think of that when you yeah, when you showed that. When you wrote that. Comfy trainer sounds good. There's always a lot of walking. Yeah. Probably concept. Yeah, probably. That said, like I think Friday's the warmest day, so yeah, it'll be fine. Like Sunday is 22 and cloudy. That's gonna be fine. It's hard to tell. Well, actually, I feel like because some temperatures feel... Yeah, because of the humidity thing. Like, apparently, the weather in Britain is just like just always feels way hotter than anywhere like mainland Europe-ish, because, you know, more humidity or whatever. So like when someone in Britain is like, oh yeah, it's 25, oh my god, I'm dying, and I'm like, 25 is great. What do you mean? So I assume Rotterdam will be somewhere in between that because it's a coastal city. Yeah. I did 9 miles in 40-degree heat in Wales yesterday. Would not recommend. That sounds miserable. At least better than 31 that was projected for Friday a couple of days ago. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely better than that. So let me sit down now. So it's a meme on them wearing some little bit, a tiny bit warmer than I was sitting there like, wait, what? Twice so hot this temperature. Yeah. Sounds like it. Yeah, it's wild how different temperature can feel sometimes. I feel like around here the biggest difference is like overcast versus sunny. Because like today it was kind of switching between sunny and overcast all the time, and I was out like for like 10 minutes, and like whenever it was sunny I was like dying, and then it was overcast and it was just perfectly nice spring day. Like within a minute, or like, you know, as soon as there was a cloud in front of the sun, it was just suddenly very nice. And then the sun came out again and suddenly it was miserable again. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It was fun, just didn't plan the food situation right, so was hungry and traveled like 2 miles for it. Oh, lots of sweat. Yeah, I can imagine. Direct sunlight is not great. Yeah, I just realized that I haven't written down, you know, sun cream yet on my list of everything I need to pack. Hold on. Wait, where did I write that list? Ah, here. That sounds like a good idea to bring. Yeah. What else? I wanted, yeah. So I got 22 and overcast is pretty much perfect weather. Yeah, probably. I don't pay enough attention to the weather to like have a number in mind. But I feel like 22 and overcast might even be like on the colder side of perfect. Like I feel like 20, just based off of vibes, I would have said like 24. But I'm just basing that off of vibes. I don't ever pay attention to the weather. Except if I'm like going to TwitchCon or something and then I'm looking like at the weather report and I'm like, oh, that looks very warm, I think. But I don't know. Because otherwise, don't pay attention. In fact, I so much don't pay attention to the weather that yesterday, when it was really, really hot, like 30 plus degrees hot, around lunchtime, so when it was the hottest, I went like grocery shopping and like, buying the rest of the things I needed to dye my hair. And like went to like several different shops and, was outside for like 20 minutes. Did I wear sunscreen? No. Did I get sunburned? Also no. Why not? Because I was wearing a black hoodie. And like within 3 minutes or something, I was like, it's kind of very warm. But like if I take off the hoodie now, I'm gonna get sunburned. Yeah. I was very sweaty very quickly. But like, my room here is just like always pitch black because I don't know if I have described this before, but I'll just say it again if not. In my previous flat, I had like the curtains that were like splitting up my room because like I was in a room that you had to go through to get to other rooms. So I used like 4 curtains to like split it up. And, then I took 2 of those here. But like here, instead of having like one, like, or like 2 small windows like I had before, I have like 1 big window that's like 1.5 times as big as a normal window. And so what I did was I just, there was like a hole on one side of the window and on the other side of the window. So I could have either made another hole like in the middle and then, just one there, and we're good. Or I could have bought like a longer stick to put them on and then we're all good. Or I take 2 of the short sticks, overlap them as much as possible, duct tape them together in the middle, and then put that up. And then, 1 curtain on either side. And then you have the fragile thing in the middle where there is the most stress. And there it's also like, 2 sticks thick, so you can't move the curtains in the middle. So you can only move the curtains from the outside in. So like rather than opening up the window in the morning like this, you can only like, move it inwards a little bit. But you don't really want to do that because in the middle, it's like the most fragile. And so like if you move it in there, you're kind of like, oh, will it be able to hold all of the weight? I mean, so far it has been fine. It's been up like a month. So well, the duct tape holds the wall together, yes. That said, I also need to find my roll of duct tape because I need it for something. And I have no idea where I put it after I did that. I've been searching it for a while. Yeah. Like I need to return a package and, I need to glue the package shut somehow. Yeah. I need to do that today. So that I can bring back the package tomorrow before leaving. Because, I clicked the return this thing button more than a week ago, and then I don't know how long they wait until they get mad. But I feel like more than a week is slowly pushing it. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm always kind of like a little bit worried that, about like pulling the curtains too much into the middle. And so I just don't. And so my room is just permanently dark and nice and cool. That's nice. Just leads to weird situations where I go outside wearing a hoodie into 40 degrees weather. could have seen that coming because like everybody online also said, "Oh, it's so hot," literally everywhere. And I could have kind of guessed that that includes Austria as well. Like if all of Europe says, "Oh, it's so hot," and I don't see anything to the contrary from anywhere, I could have guessed. Vampire Life still living at Black Box. Yeah. The red is rough out there. Yeah. But I think currently it's kind of getting better. Yeah. Also, it is so nice. I'm really hopeful for summer because my previous room in my, or like the room in my previous flat was south side in like oh no, wait, what was it? Fourth floor. So like, you know, below the roof. First, like, highest floor up. South side with like sun directly hitting it without like, you know, no building or anything in the way. And so like it wasn't awesome in the summer, no other way to put it. And here, considering that it feels like nice and cool on like 30 plus degree days, I'm hopeful for summer here. Because like I don't have direct sunlight. I don't know in which direction. I think it's not south side. I think it's like actually north or something. And also there's like buildings around it, so no direct sunlight. Easy. And I have curtains that actually like keep out the sun properly. Because my previous curtains did not. Or like, you know, I didn't have like curtains. I had like, you know, rolly thingy. Thing where like, you know, you have a rolly thing and then you pull it down and then you pull it back up. I had that kind of thing. No idea what it's called. And the thing is, I was living in like, you know, an old building and like it had like 3 meter high walls. Or like, you know, the room was 3 meter high. And so the window was also quite high. And like I rolled it down and was like, oh, there's sun coming through between like the window and the thing that is supposed to block out the sun. There's like a small gap because like that doesn't go all the way to the floor. that wasn't the best choice of thing that I bought. So yeah, that didn't help also. Particularly was bad considering that my bed was right next to the window and so there was like a gap where like sunlight could come in and just like hit me in the face. So yeah, upgrade in that regard. Now my room is always nice and dark and cool. Room doesn't get much sunlight and stays nice and cool, so I get jump scared by the heat anytime I venture outside too. Yeah. Do you have a group chat you're active in? If so, that is where you ask, find out if it's hot. I could also like look outside or like go outside, notice that it's hot, and then return to bring my hoodie back and put on sunscreen, rather than just being like, nah, fuck it. We press on. Or I could look at my phone, which said that it is like 30 plus. That's nice until you need something from the outside. Yep. Cooling down now was 27, now it's 20. Yeah, that's nice. It's going to be 8 degrees when I need to leave. Oh. That sounds cold. I will bring at least a hoodie. Yeah. Also, like, what's the minimum for, like, in, like, Rotterdam? Wait, do I still have the thing open? Why am I looking at my phone? I do not, but I can... Minimum temperature should be 13 degrees. Like, in the night. That's okay. Yeah. Real feel 27 degrees. Ouch. What does it say here? 28 degrees. Okay. That's okay. I was planning to leave in a hoodie, but it's pretty thin, so maybe not. Yeah. I mean, considering that it doesn't get below 10 in Rotterdam, I might be able to get away with not bringing a jacket, right? I don't know. I'm planning to bring a jacket, but I feel like it's not necessary. It's like 13 or something. Is that okay in a hoodie? I have no idea. It's like these numbers mean nothing to me. I just feel like everything below 10 is kind of cold. Everything above 30 is really hot. And between that, no clue. Everything above 40 is like, fuck no. Everything below 0 is also fuck no. But like anything between 10 and 30, no clue. Wait, isn't the Fahrenheit scale like on a scale of 0 is uncomfortable for a human and 100 is also uncomfortable for a human? So like a percentage thing? Wasn't that how that was defined? Could I... Wait, if I transform C to F, if I go 30 degrees, that's 86. That's terrible. If I go 0, that's 32. That doesn't sound too bad, but it is. So, never mind. 10, 25. Yeah, no, that scale is just a drunk mathematician rolling dice. Think that was the move? Okay, never mind. I was thinking at night maybe with wind it could feel too cold without jacket, cardigan. But I don't know, it's me. Yeah, I don't know. You can easily wear a hoodie at like 20. 2 a.m. you will be happy to have a jacket or similar. Yeah, but the thing is, until then, like if it gets too cold for a hoodie outside at like 2 a.m., then chances are you are at like, you're probably at the upper ski bar at that time. Which means you will leave the upper ski bar at closing or some, maybe not at closing, in the first day or something, but like you will only be outside on the way home from upper ski bar. You won't like spend prolonged times outside. So that will probably be fine if it's like a little chilly and just a hoodie. But if it's like really chilly, then ouch. Rotterdam is near enough the coast, so Netherlands, so no hills inside. It does get quite windy at times. I didn't think of that. Does that app... No, that website does not tell me anything about the wind. Do I... Whether... Give me a different website. Daily forecasts. That's telling me different things. And I... Hey, 10-day weather. Can you like not? So... Okay, what are we looking at here? Similar temperatures, but in the night we don't get down to 13 anymore. Doesn't really say much about rain. Oh, never mind. Friday night, showers, low 15 degrees, winds at 10 to 15 kilometers an hour. I don't think that's much, is it? 14 northeast, 17. That doesn't sound like a lot of speed for wind, does it? Don't like... Isn't like a lot of wind like 30 plus kilometers an hour? That doesn't sound like a lot if they are going like 15. The spring what they did last year. So the thing is, I have no idea what I brought last year. Last year I was traveling with only one backpack, which I won't be doing this year. I don't know how I did that. Okay, also last year I was going like Friday afternoon to Monday morning. Which now that I think about it, it's kind of similar, but like not really. Yeah, like I'll be leaving tomorrow and won't be returning until Tuesday. So I need like 2 extra days worth of clothes and stuff. I don't know. I think I did bring a jacket last year. I don't know if I ever used it. I'm pretty sure I did bring one, but I don't... Did I bring it? Did I leave? I don't think I ever used it. Also, I don't remember where I would have put it in the like upper ski bar thing where I went. Was there a thing where you could put jackets? I don't think so. I don't know. I have no clue what I did. It's all blurry. Also, another thing that is kind of annoying me. The mode of transport I will be going with has like a thing where you can put your suitcases that you can lock with NFC. And that's all the website says. I've looked for like tutorials or something. I'm hoping that means you put your suitcase in, you close it, you put your phone in front of it, and then you come back with your phone, put your phone in front of it, and it works. I hope that's it. Like it says something about like NFC works with any NFC card. The fuck is an NFC card? I guess that means I can use my phone that has NFC. Yeah, I don't know. I'm confused why there's like no tutorial on it or anything. Like I even looked at like a YouTube thingies, like YouTube tutorials, but there's nothing. I just remembered I have one picture of you and only in front of somewhere called Grace. What was... I mean, could be. I mean, I was probably just wearing a sweater. Wait, let me guess. I think I was wearing my electric cowboy sweater. I think that's the one that I might have worn just like a plain black sweater, but I'm not... I don't think I did... Did I? I don't know. That's it. I don't remember that picture. Was that... Yeah, Oh yeah, I remember that something like that happened, but I don't remember where that was. Is that close to the convention or was that like in the city? I mean, we were mostly hanging out in the city. I don't know. They're dying on stuff, but I'll correct in a few. Sure. I mean, I could also just like look if I have like... No, I think I literally only have one selfie from Rotterdam, and that was like during the day, and I was only wearing a t-shirt. I'm pretty sure about that actually. That's right. That is a t-shirt. That is a hoodie. I can't... I think it's an electric cowboy one, but like it's cut off so much that I don't know for a fact. I seem to be very... Okay, I found like a minute long or like 2-second long video of myself where I am wearing my... I think that's the plain black hoodie, and I'm carrying my jacket. Okay. So I did have a jacket. That's good to know. That is the gnome holding a dildo. That is... Which hoodie is that? I'm not, like, entirely sure. Okay, I'm wearing a jacket there for some reason. But, like, in the train. And I look very miserable. Oh, God. It might be the plain black. Wait. Nope, it's an electric cowboy hoodie. I knew it. And the only photo that I have where the logo is visible is the one that I took with Newbie. Here. That's Newbie. Wait, I'm like, yeah, chat. That's Newbie, that's me, and very small there on the side facing Newbie, you can see the logo. Let's go. Yeah. Solve the mystery. Who knew that I actually took pictures of myself? Who was holding a dildo? The gnome that's holding a dildo, the statue. The statue in Rotterdam, by someone called McCartney. Or like, was it called Santa Claus holding a dildo or something? You know, the informal name of the thing? Yeah, the ice cream gnome. Please don't ban me Twitch, it's a joke. Yeah, this thing. That was like 2-3 minutes away from where all the bars were. From that street. I don't know. At some point... Yes, the butt plug gnome. Exactly. We gotta show that to everybody who hasn't... Has there... I think almost all of us this year have been there before. Like, only that one person that recently joined, I think, is new, right? Yeah. So, I should like finish writing a list of like everything I need. Because I did just think of something else before, and I have forgotten it already again. It was just outside my hotel last year. Oh, damn. Imagine you wake up, you look out of the window, and you see Santa Claus holding a dildo. What a day, what a way to start the day. Can't go any better. 10 out of 10 hotel review. Yeah, just for the view alone. Giving you an existential crisis the moment you wake up. Window was on the wrong side. Oh no! What a tragedy. Well, then it's 0 out of 10. They should have built the hotel like, you know, the table. They should have built the hotel like the table at the Last Supper in that painting, where like everybody is sitting on the same side. Just build the hotel so that all of the rooms are facing the same direction. But I walk past it every day. Okay, that's also a good way to start the day. Yeah. Yeah. I'll be curious how, like, everything plays out this weekend. Also, I should probably start packing it. Yeah. I'm just looking around to see if there's like anything here that I didn't think of bringing so far that I should write down for later. Don't see anything. I'm sure I will think of everything. Yeah. So, that was one more thing that I was thinking that we could do while yapping, which is first of all have a snack. And I've bumped the camera and the cable to the camera. I hate it. Why does it... I need to find a better solution for that. So, snack. Hold on. Hold on. Hopefully this time I won't get so drunk that I don't remember most of the night. Yeah, that's always a good starting point, to like not get so drunk that you don't remember everything. Mm. I feel like that's a good baseline. Oh, fuck. I'm making a mess. Alright. So, now that that is taken care of, I'm gonna do the following. I'm gonna go wash my hands, go get some glue, and then we start gluing these together. Skill issue. Also, how do I clear up stringing from the 3D printing thing? I had an idea. It's not a good idea. I could take out my soldering iron and just like use that to like melt the plastic, that all of the stringy parts, or I just leave them on. I don't know. Do I have any like needle or something that I could use to? I'll see what I have. Okay, I'm a BRB. Just washing my hands real quick and then bringing some stuff. No, fuck. I hit the pause screen. Wait, did I? Did I hit the pause? Okay, no, I think I just barely didn't hit it. Or it didn't work, either of them. Okay, I'm a BRB. I've returned. So, wait. So, we have glue. Maybe I'll put down some tissue so I don't like put too much glue on my desk. Also need like an area where I can put the finish one. Here. Sadly, pretty much the only option is manually. Oh. The LiDAR, small nail. LiDAR is too much of an area of effect, I think. All nail scissors. Oh, maybe nail file? Yeah, I don't think so. There you see, 5 times not meant to drink on the. Oh, yeah, that's not a good idea. That is, in fact, not a good idea. Make small to fit the gaps and break off string keys. Second options. Hold on. Yeah. Oh. Toolbox. We have like small screwdrivers. Maybe those work. Like this. Maybe. Okay. But we will figure it out somehow. Wait, don't I also have like sending paper somewhere? Can I find it? Not. I thought it was in his bag. Okay. Anyways, so what did I miss? Nothing. Okay. So here's the setup. I have 2 bags filled with 3D prints. One of them was open and I just, grabbed it upside down. So let me refill the bag. So then we have a nice noodle soup of failed prints and like support material and stuff that I will use that bowl to like collect as many of the scraps as possible. That's a lot of prints. Nice. Yes. Should be 45 finished things in total. So like 145 prints in total. And there's 9 more on there right now because for the secret new ones, I think I've printed all of them with only 15% then infill, which doesn't change a lot because like I looked at what it would have changed and there would have only been like a small like ring around it, and that's like basically nothing about the actual design, just like about the structural integrity, and that is barely a difference that's noticeable. But yeah, in theory. So I keep scraps too. Maybe one day I will send them and recycle into filament. Stop sorting colors though. Yeah, mine is also like all over. I think I will just throw it out. I don't think I can be bothered to recycle them. Also I don't know how to recycle them. Also, it's not a lot of them. It's definitely not worth it. The reason I have a bowl of them is because I, didn't have a bin here. So I was like, the bin is over there, and I was like, okay, if I try to yeet it from here, then it's not gonna make it, and I don't want to have like 3D print material all over the floor again, like usually. So yeah, I gotta say, the middle prints came out really nice. That said, it's just a black plate. Not much that can go wrong there. But they are like nice solid black plates. So why like I do this? Anything that I'm leaking here? I don't see any personal information lying around. T. Let me declutter here a little bit. A couple of small bags of scraps plus failed prints and no longer needed prototypes. Yeah. But like, this is not a lot of material. So, just like a small, a little bit of stringing is on here, but like, that's okay. So, let me like sort through which piece is which. Like almost all of these should be text in this bag, or like the black middle pieces. It adds up over time. Yeah, but like I don't really print anything big. Maybe once I finally throw out my 3D printer and get a Bamboo Labs one instead, then maybe I'll print bigger things and, you know, have enough scraps that it becomes worth. But yes, I don't know. Will take a while to get quantity reasonable to make new filament though. Yeah. Definitely. It's like you need a lot of it. And like by design, it, you know, adding to that pile is accidental. Don't want the filament to go into that pile. You want it to go into your 3D prints. So, I think that's most of the plates out. So, now, got some logos. This, oh wait, I need to take this out because there's no glue on there. Yeah. Also, I've got like a couple middle pieces left over from last time. I don't know why, because, you know, they were counted. So, like, why did I have some left over? If, like, everything should be there in the same quantity. Like, I thought I had some designs left over to, like, be able to choose which ones I want to use and if, like, one of them doesn't come out quite as well. So it was weird that it wasn't the designs, it was the middle pieces. So, let me take that off of the choose. Whoops. Is that 15 each? 6, 8, 10. Yeah, 15. Cool. That's all of them. So I also have some left over from Birmingham of the like normal logo ones. So I made only like one batch of 9 of the normal logo ones. And all the other 36 are of the new secret thingy. So I still haven't decided like how I will decide who gets which one. Because I want to make like a personality test kind of thing. Like, you know, one question to like, depending on if the answer is yes or no, or like which this or that kind of thing. And like, depending on the answer, you get the one or the other. I have ideas, but I'm not sure. Is it easy making filament from scraps? I think not particularly, but you know, it's a popular thing to do, kinda. Like you kinda just heat it up, then you have to like get it in roughly the right shape. Like you won't be able to get it into the right shape exactly because, you know, that needs to be like a perfect tube thingy. So like, yeah, it's not particularly easy, but lots of people do it because it's like an obvious thing to do. And like you say filament. And filament is not that expensive actually. Like in the grand scheme of things. I think one roll is like roughly 20 bucks. Like a kilogram. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I bought filament because it just lasts quite long in if you print as little as I do. So that's one bag empty. Do I fix them first and then glue them, or do I fix them as I glue them? I feel like it makes sense to like fix them then glue them. So let me see how well I can actually like clean up the designs. Okay, screwdriver does fuck all. Do I take the soldering iron to this? Do I just like slightly fix it and, you know, get rid of the like most easy to get rid of parts and then don't care about the rest? How is this one so so like noisy though? Ow. Trying to stab it, but that's not working. Needs to be dry, and you have to force through a large nozzle, hot and careful. Oh yeah, that's a way to get it into the right shape. Carefully pull and find it on a spool. Yeah. Not particularly easy, but it's like an obvious way to do. An obvious thing to do. So people do it anyways. And like, once you're in that hobby, you're not particularly thinking, oh no, this is too much work, let's not do that. You're like, this is part of the hobby, I'ma do this. Can I like clear up? I'm really tempted to just like take the soldering iron to that thing and test if that works. I should probably do that to like one particularly fucked up one that I would otherwise toss if it doesn't work. Makes sense for large scale. For home use, it's not that much impact. Yeah, definitely. That makes sense. I just... Can I break this off? I can. Cool. Okay. Let me eat that out as well. If I can break that off cleanly, that would be nice, but that is quite a bit. And I'm worried that I break the whole thing. Nice. Managed to mostly break it off cleanly. Let me ask, would you like? So. Okay, let me try. Is it overkill to wear like a PPA 2 mask? If that's the right name? Or like, whatever. I might just wear it. Does wearing this do anything in terms of, you know, heating up plastic? Also, why am I now worried about hot plastic, considering that there's hot plastic over there and has been for a week? Let me use a tip that isn't the one that I'm always using. Let me use like a small thingy. So that's fine. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Tip out and wait. Also, I've got like these tiny tweezers in here. I can use those as well, especially these, I think. Oh, and also like the cable cutter thing. Probably not. I mean, keep it out anyways. So we don't need that sponge thingy. And close that in the meantime. Those should work quite well. Yeah, I hope so. Wait, let me try a different one. Hmm. Hmm. Kinda. Not bad. Yeah. It's like in the lower loop of the B. There's always something weird. That's it. Let me try the soldering iron if that does anything. Probably not a good idea to do that on paper tissues though. To think about it. It's all the way over there. Yeah. It's so far away. I mean, to be fair, most of the time I had the window open at least. Um, that's something. Some redeeming quality. Not a good one. And also currently the window is not open. Also, I think that the better off ones, those are mostly like good enough. I feel like it's just the logos that kind of fuck up. Like they are kind of stringy sometimes. I'm not sure if that will even show up on camera. On camera, you see that it's mostly fine. So, where did I put the mask? That probably doesn't do anything. Relay is also one of the least toxic ones apparently. That's very nice. Wasn't like ABS or something the really bad one? I don't remember. I do kind of like the look though. So, no clue how warm that is. Or if that does. Didn't I say I want to try it on a really fucked up one first? This one. Oh god. Let me turn on the oh god, no, not 480C. Are you serious? What am I doing? So, this one goes into the bin anyway, so let's try. Okay, that kind of works really well, actually. I'm not comforted by the amount of smoke coming up here. And I broke one of the lines. That's just because it's too hot, right? I'm just cutting straight through. Also, let me like look at the reference picture. Just to know that I'm not fucking up something that is supposed to be there. Here. Disappear. That's this reference picture. And chat. And maybe throw myself over there. So. There we go. PAT and ABS. It's recommended you're using, yeah, enclosed things, yeah. Okay, wait. This one is actually really nice now. Except for the bit where I started. Like here, where is it? Don't really see it on camera, but like the B over there is kind of black because I don't know. I guess some because of some dirt on the thing. Okay, hold on. Let me let that cool down. Clean the tip, and then we continue. That's probably a good idea that I should have done before I started. Yeah, I should have probably done that. Because, like, this is black, and I don't know why it would be black. So while that is cooling down... Also getting kind of hot now. Because, you know... Hot electronics next to me. Heating up the room. Kind of like those spam mails. Hot electronics near you. So. I don't know why this one looks the way it does. Hold on. You see that? Yeah, you can kinda here. Like all of the other ones are just like flat on the thing, on the face that was on the plate. Like on that side, you can like see the print lines and everything. But on the side that was on the plate, it's just flat. But then there's like one or two of them that, you know, I guess didn't come off cleanly off the plate. Like why two of them and all the others were fine? I don't know. Yeah. Let me finish cleaning off of the black parts. And then I go clean that thing. Um, and then we clean up all the other parts. I feel like I'm like way overdoing this, by the way. Like, I don't think anybody would care if I just gave them one just the way it came off of the printer, because that's what I've been doing so far every single time. But this time I've got a little bit of time. Well, I could also use that time to pack and like chill. Or I clean up the 3D prints for once. Huh? That looks clean. That very much it doesn't. Hmm. That's good enough. Where's it? Can I break something off here? Oh, I can. Nice. There we go. Also, it's been a while since I did like any electronics or DIY or whatever thingies on stream, hasn't it? Like, I think this year I've only been gaming so far. Or like some things just yapping. But like most of the time gaming. Okay, that's all of the black thingies done. Out. Also, I wonder how often I get asked if you can eat those things. Because it is. I feel like, neon green is the least food color out there. But still, every single time I give those out to people, I get asked if they can eat it. And I guess the answer is technically kinda, because it's made from like corn or something. But you probably shouldn't. Don't be a dick. I'm gonna put that to the side. I don't like that it is black somehow. So. Oh my god, yep. I think that is literally the first reaction that I ever got to some of these. Like last year at TwitchCon, I had like the first batch that was like really, really bad. And I think I gave one to Kleist, and Kleist was immediately like, "Oh, can I eat this?" It's bright green and black. Why do you think you can eat this? I really like designing and making models for printing. Printing itself is kind of cool. Post processing is by far my least favorite part. Yeah, that's why I've never really done it. So, okay. Here's the plan. I'll take a quick break. I'll use that to go to the toilet to clean that thing off. And then we'll be back to clean all of this rest off and then glue it together. So, that's the plan. BRB. Halfback. I gotta take the spawn thingy. Is this still hot? No. Just I don't know. I won't even tell you what my idea there was because it was not a good one. So here we yeah. There we go. So everything should be nice and clean now. So also try to prep my models for absolute minimum post-processing possible. Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't feel like I've reached the level of 3D modeling, 3D printing, and everything where I can worry about that. I just like make something and hope that it prints relatively okay. Like, not even relatively okay, more like recognizable enough. If you have a somewhat of an idea what the hell you're looking at, then that's good enough. Like my 3D prints 100% live off of the novelty that nobody is giving out 3D prints like this. Hey, yeah. Hey, that's like really nice now. Okay, wait, let me clean up the small strings as well. Honestly, this is working really well, I think. Okay, the soldering iron is just the MVP. Okay, I mean, look at it. No noise whatsoever. Oh, okay, a little bit there. Also, should I like change the category and title considering 3D printing and so? Probably. Uh, uh, cleaning up 3D prints. Is there like a category? Science and technology? Nah. Let's stay in just chatting. That's really cool. So, now, let's do a nice, like, before and after thing. So, before, really noisy. Lots of strings, particularly at the B. And after, on that first chord of the song, I was like, wait, isn't that the same song that just played? Is that starting with the same chord? Oh, what? I almost destroyed that B there. That was a little too much heat in a little too little time. But holy shit, this is working way too well. That's a different story. Mistaken, heart of breaking, been wrong, been down, every battle. And can I fix this thing where I just fucked it up a little? Not really. Having fun, yeah. I mean, I mean, night and day. Like this is flawless, almost. Like at the bottom of the B, you can see that there's like a bit of a chunk there, and like it's a little thin next to it because I fucked up. Wait, I could maybe fix that by like adding some this trash and like manually 3D printing. Hold up, now we're getting adventurous. This is not working. Why am I trying this? Just destroying a perfectly good 3D print. That did fuck all. Let's just leave that. Let's not do that. Considering that my soldering iron doesn't go below 200, and 200 is the printing temperature, let's be on the careful side there. Uh, I like you. Sorry. So, I don't know. These seem a little struggling. But that might be because... Is that the part of the B that I was pulling out before? On some of them. I don't know. Might be. I mean, the big test will be with the other design. But like... With the normal logo design, this is working super good. Okay, I am a little bit burning a hole into the logo sometimes. Need to be more careful there. I need a soldering iron that can go to like slightly lower temperatures. Because at this temperature it just immediately, you know, immediately liquefies everything here. Would be cool if it took a while. So I could like work more precise. Oh wait, I didn't pay attention to that part at all yet. I should check that part for all of the other ones. Because there is one part in the middle where there's supposed to be like the middle part. Where like, due to how it prints, it kind of like goes, instead of like that, kind of make curves it a little bit. And therefore then blocks the way for the other part to go in there. That kind of happens a little bit sometimes. So let's melt it to the side. And then it should be fine. Yeah, that's like consistently happening with every single one. But I don't know why. Okay, and this one doesn't seem to be on there. I might have also just fixed it already on that. Considering we already did a run of post-processing before I pulled out the soldering iron. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Euphoria, euphoria. Yay. Euphoria. Hey. Hey. Oh, cool. I hear the 3D printer is done with another batch. Gotta check that out. The thing is, basically I've done like 45 middle parts, 9 of the old logo, and then 36 of the new one. And then I just like did another run of the new one. Because the other prints of the new one are all only on 15% infill. And usually I want to print at 100% infill. But I don't know if it makes any difference. So I'll go and grab that and check if it makes a difference. And if it does, then maybe I'll print some more of the new ones. Or like of the, 100% new ones. To replace the 15% new ones. Even though that might be a little bit of waste. But like if it's a big difference, then I might just try to get as many as possible of the correct ones. To replace the other ones, or maybe just like make more. We'll see. We'll see how much of a difference it is. It's in crime. So, usually use around 20% infill, but with such thin pieces, it doesn't matter. It's all edges anyways. Yeah, I've noticed because like when I turned it up from 15 to 100% infill, I noticed that like, the infill part was like very little, and I like, toggled the overlay to show only the infill. Oh god, that one I just fucked up. I toggled the overlay to like only show me the infill, and it was literally just like around the edges. So I think it doesn't do much for the design, it's just a little more stability. Which I guess is not that important. Yeah, I kinda ruined the B there. Oh. There, it seems like it got stuck to the build plate a little bit, but we can... There's a little bit of a hole in the B here now. Okay, we try something. We take a failed print and we reuse the plastic. I am now a 3D printer. Put some plastic on here. Take this piece. Cut that off. Okay. Partners in crime. So. I start tomorrow, so taking off. Get some sleep. Bye, everyone. Have a great rest of the stream. Thank you very much for stopping by. And yeah, see you soon. And yeah, safe travels, as always. I guess I should start using this then. I recommend it. Like, this is working well. Can I... How do I do this without burning myself is the question. I know how. It's on here. Wedge that in there and then try to melt it in place. Ouch. I would just... Oh, the badge. Oh, okay. Ah, wait, you switched from the 10-year badge to the new one. Ah, I see. I was like, oh, do you mean the soldering iron to clean up the thing? Yeah, I recommend both of them. This is so not gonna work. I'm just gonna ruin this thing entirely. So far it's looking like it might be working. Oh, hell yeah. It's a little... It looks a little black because I think it's burnt, but... I'm hoping that the black is just burnt and not, like, heavy metals from, like, soldering. That said, I don't think I've ever used this tip. Oh, okay, like, maybe once or something. But, like, this tip is terrible for soldering. So, I assume it's not. But hey, there's no gap in there anymore. And you see, it's very obvious where the gap was, but there is no gap anymore. I think. Yeah. Also, I'm really slow with this. I'm with like, this is the 9th one out of 45. Well, that's like 20% done, I guess. It could be worse. That said, the other design is way worse to clean up. The lower part of the B is very fragile. I keep fucking it up. Doesn't give me a lot of confidence for the other design, which is in total very fragile. Uh-huh. Fix the part where it's apparently stuck to the build plate a little too much. I just hit my finger with the hot part and didn't burn myself. Miraculously. Not sure how that worked. But I guess that's because not all of it is like really hot. But like, you know, I didn't feel it being warm at all. And that is exactly why that tip is terrible for soldering. And why I'm kind of surprised that this is working so well. So, let me put this down. Grab the new 3D prints and look how they came out. Look good. Not sure how different they look to the other ones. Do I have no sound or did the song just end? Song did just end. Ah, okay. All good. All good. So, do I notice a difference? Not at all. Let's see how well they come off, because the new design had some problems coming off of the build plate. And still does. Not quite as terrible as before. Oh shit. Printed exactly on the line of the like out. When you 3D print something, you know, the printer first does like an outline of that thing. And then does the thing. It printed exactly on the outline of the black pieces. Like I didn't get that off completely. And so now there's like now there's like a black line on there. Does it feel better than the other ones? A little bit, but not really that much. Also, the design doesn't change. Look like it's any different. It searches all in vain. My way. Hold on, let me check. There we go. So, Where did I put those? Oh, there. Yeah, unfortunately, it's very obvious which one is the new one. Because there's a fucking black line across it. Let's see if that's on all of them, but I fear it is. Because also the black ones are a little bit smaller, so it's not like, it's shifted to the side and therefore in the line. It's because it has a bigger footprint. The middle one will be nice, I guess. Oh god, this one is a car crash. This one has black all over. Oh, shit. Yeah, that one's going straight into the bin. But the good thing is, if I print this again, then they will have cleared up all of the black parts. Wait, I can take off the mask for now. If I print this again, it will have cleared up all of that border on the first print, and the next print will be fine. I guess this could work. So, Oh god. No time to make the bleeding stop. No, will it take away the pain? Pain. Well, this one can go to the bin. So can this one. Well, this might be salvageable. I don't know. I need to make like oh what? I need to make like a pile of the ones that have like stripes on them. All of the new ones. Like see if we want to use them in the end. Also, these don't come off that nicely. Now there's like a lot of chunk left on the build plate. Oh, this one doesn't have a lot of... This one might be salvageable. This only has like a little bit of black on the end here. Corner. So. Oh, this one is fucked. And all of the regards. So, middle one, I'm kind of hopeful for. Except it's sticking way too well to the build plate. Because the middle one doesn't have any of the edge piece thingies. Yeah, somehow it does. How? There's like a little black line on there, but that's okay. I think that's fixable. So, there's still like black pieces on there. Yeah. Let me clear up as much as possible of this gunk. But I used a soldering iron for this. Okay, so the problem is, if you look at the build plate, there's like bunch of stuff on there that shouldn't be on there, but isn't like easy to get off of. But I think because it's mostly green and reprinting green, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, I'll just make another batch of those. Hope for the best. Yeah. Now that that's taken care of, time to go back to cleaning up the designs. Now let's go for the ones that properly need a cleaning. So, yes. Hmm. Um. This might be salvageable. Wait, how about I start with one that's relatively fucked? I see one immediately. I'll just start with one from. Oh, I'll just start with one that I wanted to throw away anyways, kinda. That has like a little black stripe on it. Like, see if it's plausible. It's working at all. Can I like pull off the black part? Because like it's only one single string of black. No, I don't think I can. That weird. Anyways, when we try that. And you're from hello. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, that's not working. Yeah, I think I need to do like really quick movements. Yeah, because that one's ruined. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's take another practice one. So this one is proper fucked. Right, no, not from that side. Yeah, I feel like this one is just too detailed to be cleaned up nicely. Hmm. How do these look? Let's just get rid of the most noise. Like off the big noise, and then the rest is fine. I think that might be a vibe to just like take a background plate behind it. So I can see what needs cleaning up. The one that I already ruined, yeah. Mm-hmm. Hmm. That's like not on the hopeless pile, but on the rather hopeless pile. Honestly. Okay, I think I'm getting better at this. Because I didn't ruin this one. That's cool. Mm-hmm. Here right now. In the square. And here on the level. Okay. I'm still fascinated by how well this is working. Cool. This one goes into the maybe pile. Now, like, let's take one of the ones that aren't like ruined from the get-go. So, so. Oh, fuck. Dropped it. Well, better I drop that than the soldering iron. Of the two things I was holding, I made the right decision there. Definitely. Right here, right now. Kind of fucked it up a little bit, but not completely. Just save. Oh god, no, I'm making it worse. No, I fucked it up. H-E-S-C-E-N-E. I'm gonna do the same as I did with the B before. I'm gonna just grab a piece of plastic from the discard pile. Slap it on there. And melt it in place. Oh no, no, I made another hole. No, I think I fucked that one. It's going to the maybe pile. Okay, I need to be more careful about the top part. H-E-S-C-E-N-E. Everybody get the fuck up. So. Hmm. So, okay. Backside is cleaned up. And then on the fast lane, the doesn't need anything at all. I feel like we don't want to overdo it. The more I try to clean it up, the harder it gets. Yeah, I think we tweak that. Not perfectly cleaned up, but like reasonably. Within my abilities. Could have been worse. Stay the same. Oh shit. I hit that one with the soldering iron before I even, started doing anything. Almost just fucked that one up for free. Just for the love of the game. Think you need a new one. Okay. So the thing. So I can see what it looks like. It's not a secret. I clean those holes like this. Hey, hey, yeah, I'm a girlfriend. I think you need a new one. I should probably close my window. Uh, okay. Nice, nice. That one looks quite well. Cool. There we go, and close my window. And I can say never again. He's like, so what I do so much better. Like a girlfriend. So, okay, like 2 down, 34 or something to go. Well, no, I ruined one. 33 to go. And then we start gluing. Okay, I might have to do this on the way there tomorrow. Like the gluing thing or something. I don't know. We'll see. That's okay. I have plenty of time. Yeah, yeah. No way. No way. Yeah, yeah. Guess I need a new one. The hell? Kind of feel like I've run out of things to talk about. I definitely didn't. I just... Wait. Things happened lately. Wait. Let me think a bit. Definitely didn't run out of things. Oops. Okay, never mind. I need to concentrate here. Don't fuck up another one. Okay. Constantly thinking, oh, I need to be careful on the top part. But then I realized that's actually the bottom part. I hope I don't make that mistake when I glue it. Wait, no, that is the top part. Never mind, I'm good. Never mind, I'm good. Can I? That's not ideal. That's a little awkward, but okay. So. I should like time how long I take for all of these. I should like make a mini game out of this. How quick can I do one of these without fucking it up? Any percent. Well, not any percent. 100% speedrun. Well, no, any percent because I may be cleaning it more or less. The only important part is that I don't fuck it up, I guess. one didn't print all that well, did it? Okay. Wait, I didn't like look at the design closely after cleaning it up for the other ones. That's not noticeable. I think I might be overdoing some things. Yeah, it works. Kinda works. I don't know, should I just leave these? Should I only clean up like the most outrageous part? Probably. Let's maybe go a little easy on the cleanup here. I mean, yeah, I need the background here. So let's see what's going on. Um, oh yeah, I just remembered a thing that happened today. Do you know that feeling when you think of a meme and later on that day you see that meme, that exact meme? Just like you think of the most random meme that you haven't seen in years, and then you see it again. Because literally that happened to me today. Okay, it's not really a meme, it's like a story of a thing. So if you know Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the story how the author came up with the title. Like I've seen just like a tiny clip of an interview of where the author was asked like how did you come up with that? And I was thinking about it like today in the morning. And I was like, this is so funny, I need to like look that up and you know see if I can find that clip. And then I forgot about it and didn't look it up. And then I was scrolling Instagram and it just came up randomly. That's such a good story, by the way. That's just hilarious. And like, you know, I was thinking of that just today. Like out of nowhere. Like I don't know. I can't explain it. I was thinking of that meme, or like not meme, of that interview today, and I was like, that's funny. I should like see if I can find it somewhere and like rewatch it. And then it forgot about it, and then it came up, and it's also not like I was like binge watching interviews of him or something. That is just a thing that lives complete. The fuck, I can't talk. That's just a thing that lives completely out of context for me. Like I've never really consumed much Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy content. I've read the first book. Also started reading the second one. Forgot about it. Probably should like read the second one. That said, I don't know where I was, and I should probably like start at the first one again so I have context. I don't know. And I've already overwhelmed myself, and it's not gonna happen. Basic. And that's how quickly my brain gets turned off of the idea of doing literally anything. And I fucked it. Um, yeah. But like that's wild. That I was just like thinking of that, and then later on I just saw it. And it also wasn't like deja vu or like, you know, something like that where like, you think you saw it again or something. Because like I was literally thinking about like looking it up and like how it's such a funny story and all of that. I it was like a fleeting thought. It was like, I was thinking about it for a couple of minutes. So it's super wild. Super weird. Can't explain how something like that happened. Maybe Douglas Adams spends his afterlife just confusing me. Which would be kinda in character, I guess. It's such a good book, by the way. I think it's the only book that I've read, start to finish from like teenage years out. The only Have I read any uni book start? I don't think so. There's one, but like I wouldn't count it as a book. Yeah, never mind. It is the only book that I voluntarily picked up and like read start to finish. Welcome in, Cyrus. How are you doing? Yeah. Today we are cleaning up some 3D prints that I will take with me to TwitchCon to give out to people. To anybody who I talk to. And whoops. And I'm very much looking forward to going there. Because that has been very much fun the last year. And I'm sure it will be this year as well. Trying to program stuff, but I'm slow. Yeah, that's a classic. Progress when you're programming stuff is very much non-linear. Like sometimes you get stuff done, like a lot of stuff done within 5 minutes. And then you sit around. Oh god. For literal hours and nothing happens. Okay, I'm gonna need to leave that the way it is. Because it looks very stringy, but if I remove the strings, then I remove the border along with it. I can't do anything there. And that looks fine. Did I burn a hole into this one? Oh what? A little bit. How, how did I burn a hole into this one? I didn't even notice that. Oh god, I'm making it worse. Let's not touch that again. This goes onto the yes pile, but yeah. One of the more fucked up ones on the yes pile. Also, when I say I'm cleaning up 3D prints, I mean I'm mostly destroying 3D prints. But some of them look better than they did before I tried to clean it up. Some of them. Not many, but some. Stay on the ceiling. Stay on the ceiling. Keep it down. Okay. Doo-doo. Oh. You know what's really irritating? my like in OBS integrated Twitch chat thing has the like bits slash clips slash whatever thing on top that is rotating. And so every time I notice something in the corner of my eye, I'm like looking up. Nope, that thing rotated. Didn't miss anything. It's just an annoying overlay. Such a bait. Every single time. Such a bait. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to TwitchCon. I'm not looking forward to the way I get there because that requires a lot of sitting for a long time. But oh, for fuck's sake, the same. The same thing I was just complaining about immediately got me again. But yeah. Not looking forward to the way to get there because traveling sucks. But being somewhere else, that's cool. Yeah. I just hope it won't suck all that much on my way there. I was considering bringing my laptop to like, play video games, but I don't think I will. Because my laptop is heavy and I will literally only use it on the way there and on the way back. So that's not a good investment of, weight. Especially because I'm not supposed to carry heavy things at the moment. Because of the health thingy. Could be taking it easy for now. Alright. That's good. Also, I don't know how well known that song is internationally. The story behind it is kind of cool. Well, not really the story behind it, but like a side story. Um, apparently, you know, the song is about like Major Tom, basically about the same character as who's the song by? Space Oddity. It was a Bowie song, right? Yeah, about like about the astronaut on the in the Bowie song Space Oddity, where like basically gets lost in space because you know I don't know, something goes wrong. And yeah, they wrote another song, like they wrote a song about basically the same thing, and like even called it Major Tom. And of course, they got a letter by the lawyers of David Bowie because they were just like singing about Major Tom, which is the character in the Bowie song, and you can't just do that. Yeah, scared. But it is a banger. They could have literally called the astronaut any other name though. It would have worked just as well, and I fucked it up again. One of those bangers that literally everybody in Germany knows. But I don't think it's that well known internationally, is it? I don't know. I don't think that one made it across the borders all too much. Like a little bit. Especially after the like football Europe Cup thingy a couple of years ago. Because Germany used it as the like goal anthem or whatever you want to call it. I guess a couple of people will have discovered it there. But all in all, I think it's pretty much a localized thing. Oh, some nice U2. That's not U2, that's 5 Seconds of Summer. Never mind. I thought it was still. As I'm still. What I'm waiting for. What the fuck is it called? I'm kind of confusing a couple of words there. U2. Still haven't found what I'm looking for. That's what it is. So. There. On the way. Yeah. And I like eat that into being more uniform. Does help with anything? Not really. Let's just leave it. We're making progress. Not a lot, but some progress. I'm kind of hoping that we can start gluing by like 23:40 and then finish by midnight. But I don't, yeah, don't want to get my hope up for those times. Because I feel like those are kind of optimistic. Hey. Yeah. 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 There goes. Slowly making progress. My eyes are slowly getting tired though. From the like constant focused looking at this thing. No chilling out. So imagine I now clean all of them and then I figure out that I did something wrong during the cleaning. That means that all of the pieces don't fit together anymore. That would be very funny. That would be so funny. If I then just had to throw everything away and then panic print in the last day. What happened here? Uh, Man, I really need to get a better 3D printer. I really need to get a better 3D printer so I don't have to do this. That probably, yeah, probably doesn't make that much of a difference. But like, it would be less stringy, I assume. If you had a proper, good setup 3D printer. Compared to a 3D printer that barely prints. Oh, looks kind of good, no? Yeah. That looks like at least a third of the way there. Oh, wow, what's happening here? Can I heat that on, or do I just heat it away? That thing is very stringy on the end. I think I was able to glue it on, basically. Glue it on with heat. My soldering iron must be so confused what it's doing here. I haven't used it in a long time, and now it's like, what? Why are we melting plastic? What's this? This is not my job usually. This is not in my job description. I want to raise this if I have to do this. And guess what? It gets a 50% raise. Because 0 times 1.5 is still 0. Pew, pew. Lamb of Black Betty, bam bam. Mm-hmm. Whoa, Black Betty, bam bam. Ooh. Yeah. So, that looks fine. Next one. Giving you height, bam bam. Is that what people who work on, like, assembling machines work and stuff feel like? Doing basically the same shit over and over again. Time after time. Probably, no? Except I have chosen to do this. And I don't get paid. Classic double whammy. El Clásico. Wait, nope, I forgot two things. Right. There we go. Black Betty, bam bam. Bam bam, oh, Black Betty, bam. So I feel like we're more than halfway there now. Do I want to count? 6, 9, 10, 3, 6, 9, 10. That's 20. I have 36 of that. I think I've already destroyed two of them, so 34. So 20 done, 14 left, whatever the percentage of that is. Any other 34. Well, halfway would be 17, so we're definitely over halfway. Add 8.5 to that would be 25.5 would be 3/4 done. I guess you could also add the ones that are fucked up to the count because I have worked on them, I guess. I don't know. Rank those on part all done. Hey, nice. Nice, nice. You have to see how much it fits when I pack and might have to discard a couple things. Oh no, hopefully everything fits. Hopefully it won't take too long. I'm gonna eat something now, still gonna wash hair and recolor and prep the little gifts. So I'm not gonna sleep much in that. Oh no. Oh no. Well, you can sleep on a plane and all of that. Never works. It just never works. Yeah. But good luck. Sleeping on transport never works. Or like doing anything on transport. Transport is just lost time. Like even if it's not like, you know, you buying by even if you're not going by car or something where like you can't actively do something, it still never works. Like, you know, I often was in a situation where like, okay, I need to study and I need to take a train. So I'm not just study on the train. Not a single time. Not a single. Okay, maybe once because I was like on the way to the test and I didn't study up until then. You can guess how that ended up. This one did not come out well. of the 3D printer. That's somewhat recognizable. Not really. I'm gonna throw that onto the maybe pile because that one was really not good. This one looks good. This one looks really good. Okay. Yeah. At least the other one. Got a few hours. Wait between flights. Maybe a cheeky nap. Oh, maybe. Then lots of alarms and asking a friend to call me or something so I don't always sleep. Oh god. Yeah. I think I'm already light sleeper in situations like that. And already deep sleeper at home. Or like, No, I think I'm usually a light sleeper, but like in a way where I can, if I know that it's nothing important, I can just like immediately fall back asleep. Like I might get woken up by someone making noise in the morning, but then I will like immediately figure out, okay, don't need to worry about it, and I'm back to sleep. But like in stuff like, I guess in cases like sleeping at the airport or something, I never really like fall asleep enough to like need to be woken up. I don't know. Like I'm sleeping like a dolphin there. Like always half awake. Like I might like fall asleep to the point where like, I might almost fall over in my chair. But like not enough that I really need an alarm. I will always set an alarm anyway. But just because yeah, because I'm overly careful. Well, okay, in that case it's not overly careful, but like it could happen that I fall asleep and then just like need the alarm to wake up. Because me always studying last minute up until you have to walk up to your desk for each exam. Yes, 100%. I'm like worryingly heavy sleeper. Oh god. There could be an earthquake or a fire and I wouldn't know. That's not ideal. That's not ideal. Yeah. I'm happy with the way my brain works with sleeping. It's like I'm in times where I need to be alert, I am. And otherwise I can sleep well enough. I think. Yeah. But yeah, the studying last minute thing. Very much yes. Once for a uni exam, I put several alarms on, put my phone in the wardrobe on the other end of the room, so I'd have to get up to turn them off. Also ask a friend to call the room phone landline too. I was angry because I thought he never called. Turns out he did and I slept through. Oh god. I got partway through the exam, asked a friend to drive me to the other campus. But it was too late. They didn't let me try even a bit of the exam. Oh god. Rip. Yeah. Ouch. That's fucked up. Oh, that really sucks. Yeah, I don't really, that doesn't really happen. Like I always procrastinate so much that I need to like learn a lot in the last like 24 hours. Like I basically have a motto of half of the points I get for any test probably come from the last 24 hours. Usually. That's how it goes. Goddamn log. Yeah, it sounds like it. But yeah. It feels like I'm getting like half of all of the points that I get at a test always in the last 24 hours. Like it might not be that, I didn't see half of the stuff until the last day. Has happened. Also more extreme. But it always kind of felt like even if I've seen it before, I only really understood it on the last day when like looking at it again. And stuff like oh god. And stuff like that. And like, yeah, I always study until the second where it's not allowed to study anymore. Like once the test starts and I have to put away everything, I put away everything. But up until that, I use every second. And that has sometimes worked out really, really well. Like on the last test that I took, there were like a lot of topics. And one of them I didn't quite know all too much about. But that was the last thing that I've seen before I was called in, because it was like a verbal exam. And that was the first thing I was asked. So, you know, I only had to remember what I saw 5 seconds ago. And like that worked pretty well. Honestly, on that one test, I was just super lucky in total. Because I was going in there like, okay, I know barely anything, I'm gonna fail. Because it was also a test that I had failed previously. Because the prof that teaches it was like rather strict in tests. And like, you know, I didn't know that for the first time. And like I kind of went in there because like during the lectures he was like super nice. But then during the tests he was like fairly strict. To be fair, I also didn't know a lot. And like got hung up a lot. But yeah, so like I failed that one before, and then the second time I took it, I also felt like, okay, I don't think I will pass it. Like I need to be lucky to pass it to like, you know, get just the right questions. And then like in the end I got like the second best possible mark. Like we have number grades 1 to 5, where 1 is the best, and I got a 2, I think. Don't remember exactly. But yeah, because like the funny thing is also like I, like I knew, you know, that the prof was super strict last time, and then like I opened the door to the room and I didn't see the prof, and instead I saw someone who already like who are like some teacher assistant or some, well, I don't know what like the actual title is. I have no idea how anything works in terms of like, you know, who is who. But like someone who I had taken a test in a different subject on previously, and who I remembered that they were super nice, was sitting there in the chair of the person who was testing me. And I was like, hell yeah. And they were super nice. And also gave me like, you know, super nice questions. Like the first one was just lucky because it was literally the thing I was just looking at. And the second thing was just a topic that was kinda mentioned in the lecture, but like it was just such a general topic that, you know, comes up in like literally every subject I take. And yeah, like a really a really general topic that just fits every subject that I take. And so I didn't really look into that too much for this test, because I was like, okay, I've heard this before, I can like bullshit my way through that well enough. I should probably pay attention to other things. And I was correct about that. And like also I was like very convinced that it wouldn't come up, because why would he ask that? It was like mentioned very briefly. And like, you know, is a much bigger topic in other subjects. So I was just super lucky on the test, like in total. Yeah. I mean, given I always did everything last minute and how my mental health symptoms started renewing, I would have liked to get a 2 to 1, but all things considered, 2 to 2 ain't too bad. It's UK grading system. Top grade is first, then 2-1, then 2-2. Then I don't know if it's just pass or fail or what. Ah, okay. I have no idea of the UK grading system. Why don't you just like choose a system that's like numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or like letters A, B, C, D, E, F, like maybe number 6. Also, it's super weird how like it seems everywhere everyone kind of decided that it's different for no reason whatsoever. Like Austria, we have numbers 1 to 5, with 1 being the best and 5 is failing. And Germany has 1 to 6, I think. Same thing, but 6 is failing. Hungary also has 1 to 5, but it is 5 is the best and 1 is the worst. Then I think the US has letters A through F, and F is failing. Whatever. Like, it just feels like everybody has a different system. Yeah. Apparently the British have a super confusing one. Didn't even know that. I think France also has a weird one. I don't remember. I think France might have the same as Austria, but with different number is different grade kind of thing. Like for us, 50% is passing, usually. There are some weird things where 60 might be passing or something, but usually it's 50% is passing. And then like scaled like 10 or 12.5% per grade, whatever. And I think France might be doing the same, but with different numbers. But I'm not sure. Could also be completely different. You know, the Brits like to do things different than everyone. Yeah. Yeah, the grading system, it's interesting how much it varies from country to country. Yeah. Like, it's not even like standardized within the EU or something. Why can't we just agree on one? Like, Hungary, what the fuck? Why is it the wrong way around? Letters, numbers, okay, fair enough. Also, okay, now that I think about it, Austria technically has words rather than numbers. But we also use the number system, and like that's the more common way to refer to them. But I think officially we say things like very good, good, um, average, good enough, and not good enough. It's kind of like roughly the translation of the word grades. And that corresponds to like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think like officially we're supposed to use the words, but like everybody just says the numbers. I don't know if it's a case of like it used to be numbers and then it was replaced by words, but everyone still used the old system because why the fuck would you use words? Or if it's just like, you know, they should be complementary or whatever. Now that I think about it, yeah, we are doing things weird this time as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The UK has letters like the USA too, but then you get to Union, it's a whole new system. Why? Yeah. Why can't we just all agree, like, I don't know, numbers 1 through 5 or letters A to F or whatever? But the problem is, you know, the entire education system of each country is probably like built around those. So you'd have to make a lot of changes. So nobody wants to give up theirs, and if nobody gives up theirs, then you can't unify it. Yeah, I think I see the problem here. I think I see why this is not working. Honestly, I'm still amazed that we were able to, on the entire world, pretty much agree how time works. That we're all like, okay, a day has 24 hours. Today is the 27th of May. With like, I guess, some small exceptions. but like overall, the vast majority of the world kind of agrees on that, as far as I'm aware. And that is honestly impressive. Oh. And we're down to the last 7, I think. Yeah, 7. So, less than 1 batch. That's like 1 batch of prints would be 9. The way I did it. Yeah, that looks entirely fine. Yeah. Only because I made a new friend who listens to quite a bit of metal or similar stuff. I mostly tend to listen to indie pop, but I've been sharing playlists, so now and then on the streams I'll be like, oh wait, I was listening to this earlier. Nice. Nice. Parkway Drive is a little bit of a, you know, I want to say almost deep cut, but like not really. They are still like rather well known. Like, but like they are like significantly into a subgenre, kind of. Yeah, like not a very surface level band that everybody knows. Like Metallica, everyone knows. Uh, Tenacious D, not metal, but like everybody knows Tenacious D. Literally everybody. I think there's not many bands that I can think of that you could go through like a rock festival and like ask people if they know that band that comes up positive more often than Tenacious D. I don't quite understand how that happened, but like somehow Tenacious D is like one of the most popular bands. Which feels weird because they feel like a small band, but like somehow they have kind of become a religion. Ish. The one I heard earlier was the song before this one. It was something from the bottom. Oh, up from the bottom, Linkin Park. Yes. Linkin Park is very much the opposite end of the spectrum. That is also like one of the like surface level bands, I would say, because like, you know, they get radio play, so even people who are not that much into metal would know them. While like, you know, something like this right now probably wouldn't be playing on the radio. Unless, you know, metal stations. But like not, you know, pop slash, you know, whatever is just popular at the moment. Stations. Which like, you know, Linkin Park, very much possible. Also like Green Day, even though, you know, that's also like punk versus not metal. Mm-hmm. Basic data service. Yeah. I mean Linkin Park is like one of the biggest bands like in general. And they are really, really good. Like the new album is like really good as well. Right, they have a lead female now. Yep. Since they came back. What was it? Is it 3 years ago now? Wait. Hold on, I can figure this out. They wrote the League of Legends anthem after they came back. They came back in like September-ish. Did they write it immediately or was that the year after? I think it was the year after. Because otherwise it would have been like, you know... No, it must have been immediately. League of Legends Worlds are usually like October to like beginning of November. Hold on, can I figure this out? But like the League of Legends Worlds anthem was the second song that they came back with. Like they came back with Emptiness Machine. And then the second one was Heavy as the Crown, which they wrote for Worlds. So that must have been immediately, you know? So, was that last year's Worlds? Well, not last year, but like the year before. Last year was Sacrifice. And that before that must have been Linkin Park. So was it 24? Wait, also I've seen them at Nova Rock last year, 25. So it must have been 24, yeah. Oh my god, like, I remember when they came back. Like, they very much, like, you know, everything was a secret. Nobody knew who the new singer was and everything. And they just, yeah. I don't know, like, what even is time? Yep, fair enough. But, like, that was actually, like, such a sick comeback. Because they basically, you know, didn't tell anybody anything and just, you know, told fans to go somewhere in LA, and they were then picked up by buses and brought it into a venue where they then just played a concert and, like, you know, started out with the new song Emptiness Machine. And, you know, in Emptiness Machine, okay, let me actually cue that up. Emptiness Machine, there you go, let me cue that up. Like, the cool thing is, in Emptiness Machine, for the first verse, it's just Mike. And it's like verse, then chorus. Was it? Or was it verse, chorus, and then, like, you know, Emily came in the chorus? But basically, the cool thing is, in the beginning, it's just Mike. So it was like band plus Mike. And, like, okay, the drummer is also new, but, like, you know, people wouldn't have paid that much attention to that compared to who the new singer is. Um. Oh yeah. So, like, it's verse, then, like, reduced chorus, then second verse, and then full chorus. Kinda. What I want to save. And, like, you know, up until a minute into the song, it's just Mike singing. And then, you know, and then they brought out Emily and she, you know, came in for her verse. And holy shit, how good was that done? Like, so well executed and so insane. I was sitting at ah ha ha ha. I touched the hot part. I was sitting at home and crying because of how amazing that was. Like, sitting, slash standing, jumping around, all of it, while I watched the live stream of that thing. And that was so sick. Don't know why I'm hoping, want to save, falling for the promise of the emptiness machine. Yeah. Also, she is so good. Also, I think I'm done. Well, I still have these. But, like, I'm pretty much done. Got these that have a little bit of filament from the other color on it. But other than that, I'm done. Yeah. Rolled a loaded combo joint earlier as a reward for after I finished trying on clothes. Was tempted to snow and rest for a bit now, but I'm gonna do gift prep first. Good decision, probably. Yeah, old figurines, I watched them, and now I'm gonna freshen them up. Oh, damn. That's sick. Damn. I feel bad for how little attention other members of bands get compared to the lead singer. Yeah. Attention slash appreciation. Yeah. That happens a lot, but, like, sometimes it's kind of, like, intentional because, you know, the drummer might not want to stand in the front light and everything. Like, okay, for example, the drummer of Coldplay, one of the biggest bands ever, could at any given moment stand right next to me and I would have no idea. I will now Google Coldplay drummer. And I'ma just tell you, if he stands next to me, I would have had no idea. Also, he apparently had a cameo in Game of Thrones, one of the biggest series ever. I have watched that. I did not notice. You know what his cameo was? Apparently he was playing the drums. Wait. Here. He made a cameo in one of the biggest series ever, doing the thing that he's known for doing. I had no idea. Wouldn't know. No chance. So yeah, sometimes it might be intentional that they don't get it, that they don't want the attention. You know, of course, not always. And, you know, sometimes, a lot of the times it's just like a result of like the singer standing at the front and like interacting with the crowd versus the drummer just being in the background. But yeah, sometimes that might be intentional. Something that a German band is doing really well. Wait, let me run. Let me do this. I can't remember if it was the drummer, but one of the Coldplay members used to live close to my ex's. Oh, family house, and apparently he had a crush on my ex's older sister. That's hilarious. Yeah, definitely, it seems like a very common kind of phase. Yeah. Also, like, you know, drummers and bass guitar players are like the least known members, I feel like, always. Except for like my very favorite bands. And like only if it, okay, often not even there. I cannot tell you many drummers or bass guitar players. Like I know all members of Green Day. We have Billy Joe Armstrong on like main guitar and singing. Then we have Trey Cool as the drummer and Mike Dirnt on bass. And like officially they are just a three-piece band, but they also have I wanted to say Jack White, but that's not right. Jack White is the you know guy from the White Stripes. What's he called? I'm pretty sure White's last name is correct. I forgot the first name. Who is their like touring guitarist, but like also on the newest album, I'm pretty sure he has writing credit or something. So I guess that counts. What's his name? Hold on. Green Day guitarist Jason White. I was right with the J, the A, and White. Yeah. But yes, I know some, you know, of some bands I know like all the members, but like other than that, I often just know the singer. I forget what stereotypes are there about bass players. Is it like douchebags and fuckboys? No. Bass players are like the opposite. I think you're thinking of guitarists. Bass players can't get laid. They play the bass because they can't play the guitar. I don't remember. I don't remember most of them. Drummers can only count to 4, and that repeatedly. Yeah. Guitarists and singers have main character syndrome. I think that's it. On live, volume for music, Green Day. Yeah, Green Day is amazing live. Green Day is like one of my top 2 live bands. The other one being Electric Callboy. Highly recommend. Electric Callboy is just one big party. Every single time. I've seen them live. I want to say 4.5 times? Wait. Huh? The. Got the. I think it was 4.5, might be 5.5. The half being I've seen them before I knew them. Or like, you know, I knew one song of theirs and like didn't really care about them, and like it was at a festival and I was tired, and it was like band I knew and liked. Electric Callboy, band I knew and liked. So I was just like chilling off to the side. Not really caring too much. So that doesn't really count. But I did see them with the old singer and the old name. Technically. Yeah. Yeah. Electric Cowboy is also like one of the bands where I know all of the. Okay, I'm kind of leaning off the window here because they have 6 fucking members. You have Kevin Wojtaszek as the like screamer. You have Nico Salach as the singer. You have 2 people named wait. One of them is called Jack Daniels, EC on Instagram, because his name is Daniel and he's the bass player. Then there is a second Daniel who is the guitarist. I think the lead guitarist. Then there is the rhythm guitarist, whose last name was Shallow or something. Wait, what was it? Because like he and his brother are directing all of the music videos, and like they are called last name bros, and like that's showing up at the end of every music video. I want to say Shallow, something like that. Not entirely sure. And the old drummer was David Friedrich. The old singer was called Sushi. I don't know the name. And their current drummer is the ex-drummer from Sum 41, who is called Frank Sumo. Fuck, what was the guitarist's name? Shillo, I think, is the last name. But what was the first name? Electric Callboy guitarist. Lead guitarist is Daniel Hanis and Pascal Schillo. Pascal was the first name. Schillo was correct. Easy. I know some band members of some bands alike. The opening act was an Australian punk band. Nice. Emil and the Sniffers. That's a classic opening act name. Her energy on stage, the performance, music, everything, also good. Ah, nice. Love it when the opening act is also like, you know, good and like properly heating up the crowd. You gotta have a pretty good memory to remember all these names or most of them. I don't know. I just binge interviews of like 2 or 3 bands. Another band that I can do is Avenged Sevenfold with singer M Shadows, on guitar Sinister Gates. Fuck. The first drummer was the Ref. Second drummer, I don't know. Current drummer is called. He was the old drummer from Bad Religion. Brooks Weckerman, which is an amazing name for a drummer. Weckerman. Job description. Then they have a rhythm guitarist and a bassist. Seki Vengeance, rhythm guitarist, and Something Sins was the bassist. Now, there is a famous meme person, but like I'm thinking of the same name. But I would be confused if it was. No, wait. What's it called? It's not that. I think it was Sin something. Bassists, my arch nemesis. What's he called? Ex bassist. Johnny Christ. How the fuck did I get to Sin? Johnny Christ. That's the one. Close enough. Well, I guess I was thinking of the right first name. Yeah. Do I know any other bands? A lot of people. Well, Metallica, I have no idea of the bassist. Any other bands where I know many members? Well, okay, Nirvana I should get, but like that's only 3 people. That's Kurt Cobain on like vocals and guitar. That's Dave Grohl on drums, and I know it. Okay, I'm currently in a I don't know any band members mood. This is like the one bassist. Okay, the bassist that I'm usually second most confident after Mike Durant. Um, fuck. Wasn't he also Kurt? Nah. Ah, crazy how different the wood looks. Oh, cool. Yeah, it'll be very different when it dries. That does happen. Fuck, what was it called? Chris Novoselic. Got him. Was it with a T? No, I think it's Novo Chris Novoselic with a T at the end. Fuck. Okay, I wasn't sure. But hey, got him. There he is. Well, Tenacious D's official members are easy because it's just Jack Black and Kyle Gass, and both of them are on guitar and kind of singing. But like Jack Black is the lead singer and rhythm guitar, while Kyle is like lead guitar and background singing. But like there's also other members like Dave Grohl did the drums, but I'm not sure if I say Tenacious D members, is it just those 2 members, or does it show like touring members? Oh, Brooks Weckerman was also on there. Yeah, like that's the drummer from Avenged Sevenfold and used to be in Bad Religion. Members. Okay, official members. Jack Black, Kargas. Like if you Google Brooks Weckerman did things. What did he do? Brooks Weckerman was touring member for the Pick of Destiny tour. Okay. Okay. That solves that. Okay, I don't. Do I know the band members of Muse? Because. Okay. If I don't know the fucking front member of Muse, then that just means it's not a day to remember names. What's he called? Huh? Muse. Muse members. Matt Bellamy, right. Dominic Howard was on drums and Chris Wolstenholme on bass. Okay, those 2, it's okay if I don't remember. But like Matt Bellamy, how the fuck do I not remember? Now I'm thinking of Rise Against, but I think I literally only know that, lead singer, who has like an Irish name, something. Usually I know that. Rise Against members. Tim McIlrath, close enough. It was a Mac, not an O. Tim McIlrath, Joe Principe on bass, and Zach Blair on lead guitar. And Brandon Barnes on acoustic drum kit. Why specifically acoustic? I don't know. But yeah, Tim McIlrath, that's at least the one I should be able to know. I don't know, it's just not a day of like remembering names. Doesn't matter. Okay, so we fixed up all of the prints. I will glue them together later or like tomorrow or something. I don't know. At some point. At some unspecified point. But I will call it a day here. Yeah. And GG's. The next stream will be probably Wednesday in a week. I might be doing one on Tuesday, but I'm not sure. Wait, no, I won't be doing one on Tuesday. There's a really small chance that I will be doing one on Tuesday, but like chances are the next stream will be on Wednesday in a week. I might be doing an RL stream on Saturday or Sunday from TwitchCon. Not, I'm pretty sure, probably, I don't know. We'll see, maybe. Maybe I will do that. We will see. Anyways, as always, thank you very much for watching. And yeah, if you're going to TwitchCon, safe travels. And yeah, click all of the buttons that are linked below stream. And yeah, whoops. As always, thank you very much for watching and have a good night. And as always, tab out. Yeah.